I have to say this is probably the most unique type of setup. I feel like I've seen filters before, but not quite like this.
No Film School's NAB 2023 coverage is brought to you by Blackmagic Design, creating revolutionary solutions for film, post-production, and television. And Lexar, live for the memory.
Hey guys, I'm here with Mike from Module 8 to show you something really different and new, actually.
Basically showing people the world's first variable lens tuner. I think it's basically a zoom lens for looks. So you put this on your camera, you go to minimum, you go to maximum. You can actually dial in the amount of vintageness that you want. You can dial in the amount of halation, you can dial in the amount of aberration, and you can create really unique looks. And because it's a true parfocal zoom lens, it stays in focus as you do it. So there's no detuning, there's no messing with elements, there's just dialing it in, staying in focus, no reshimming, nothing crazy, and it just works. It works with any EF mount lens, that's where we start. It supports all EF electronics, so autofocus and aperture adjustment, image stabilization pass-through, we have all of that, and we are supporting both E-mount and RF mount right now. And we're coming out with 3 unique looks for the first launch, which is going to be on our Kickstarter campaign. And our first look is inspired by the Super Baltars. So this is one of my favorite lenses. It's got the halations, the glow, like projecting those things is amazing. It's beautiful. And this gives you sort of like the Baltar and then to like the Wicked Baltar, to the Baltar Plus. And it can create a tremendous amount of halation and glow. It can also be dialed back. And you can control that with your F number, and you can control it with basically with our magical look zoom ring. Our second look is going to be based on the K35s. K35s are what people describe to me as, hey, I want a little bit of vintage and I want consistency. That's why that set is so popular. The set's also $350,000 to insure right now and $1,200 a day to rent. So we feel like, hey, I can literally take a $50 pancake lens from Canon and give it some of those characteristics, and I can shoot it all the way to Sigma or Tokina, EF professional primes. So the K35 is the second look. It'll be much more subtle. It probably I would say more for like bigger productions, for bigger screens, bigger final deliverable. And then our third look is what we're calling retroscope. This is an effect that actually keeps everything in the center of the frame in focus. It doesn't really change the center, but what it's doing is, Ian's designed a lot of anamorphic lenses in his day. It's taking the astigmatic character of an anamorphic lens and applying it as you go out into the field. So S35, you'll have some astigmatism. At full frame, you'll have a lot more. And again, you can dial that amount in, make it as subtle or as extreme as you want it to be. And even if you take something like that and you shoot flat lenses and crop it, you're actually going to do a sort of a faux anamorphic crop. You're going to get some astigmatism in there to sort of make it a little bit more legit that you didn't shoot really, with anamorphic lenses. So, some of the really cool things you can do with this is you can run vintage lenses at F numbers they weren't designed to. We love the idea of attaching this to a zoom lens, and now you've got a sort of set of vintage primes on a zoom with one adapter, sort of in your bag in your kit, and we can do as many of these looks as we want. We're starting with 3 that we think people are really going to like, and we're gonna go from there. We've had a blast developing it, and we're dying for people to get it on their camera and start using it.
Thank you so much for talking with us, Mike. And yeah.
And we're just to say, the Kickstarter will be running from Tuesday, April 25th through May 25th, that's 1 month. And with Kickstarter, our early adopters are loved for Kickstarter. There will be significant discounts off MSRP for the early adopters, so get there early.
And that's Module 8.